Good afternoon and welcome to the Jade Street Garden. It's June 8th, 2020. Thought I would do a garden update today. Looking at the little greenhouse here on the corner end. A few fruit trees on the driveway going back there. I've added some wood chips down there over the winter. But the good stuff is over here, the main garden. Yeah. Artichokes have come back. The plants seem to be very happy. Very happy. Like, that's doing really good. I'm surprised. I have a few tomato plants in here. Kiwi. Chard that's going to seed. Onions that volunteered themselves and again want to go to seed. Corkscrew willow. Peas. Lavender. This is a Hugelbed here. Mainly raspberries, strawberries, some herbs. I put one raspberry plant in last year and it has generously sprouted new babies. My second year dealing with raspberries, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I see that it certainly does travel through the root system. Echinacea, there are two of these plants in here. That's coming back, nice perennial. I've put a few other herbs in here as well. On this back corner, there are 4 apple trees, blueberries, comfrey, green onion, raspberries along that far line over there that are coming back. Those were planted last year. Over the winter, all of this area was created. This was brought out with cardboard, wood chips, wood pieces. I created the beds here, so we would have a bed that stays in its place, and then the walkways, permanent beds, you could say. So a few of those, taking advantage of the peekaboo sunlight that the garden gets. Working vertically in the back and the side. Some fencing, some netting. Garlic that I planted last November is very happy back there. And over there, it's hiding a rose bush, which I've enclosed with deer netting, because deer can be a problem when they come through. It's very disappointed when you see things that are eaten and there's just little nubs. And this is such a beautiful plant. I want to enjoy the blooms. So, not too hard to stick up some deer netting around. Stepping back, Getting a better view of the full garden. So being June, everything is really full. All the trees are full, doing their thing. Back in here was my project over the winter. I cleared out a few trees, flattened it out, added wood chips, and during the spring I planted some more raspberries in this bed up here and in the back over there, which is really hard to see, but over there there's another line of raspberries. There are 4 new apple trees that I just put in a little over a month ago in this area. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do in here, but I knew that if I open it up, it's going to allow more light into the garden as a whole, and that gives more space generally to work with. A new load of wood chips. Yay, I'm that crazy wood chip lady. I'm on every wood chip drop list there is, with not much luck on most of that. I've had success now with the local arborists. Every time I see a guy who has either a wood chipper or some kind of wood chip or tree company apparel on, I ask. And this particular person said, if you're willing to pay, then we'll bump you to the top of the list. I got a call the next morning. So I'm really grateful for that, because as you can see, there are lots of wood chips covering this ground. And I'll need to keep applying, especially to the pathways. There's some in the garden beds, but mainly pathways and covering, using it as a mulch. This is a new open-ended hoop house for the tomatoes. It was constructed within the last couple months, and this last week the tomatoes, marigolds, a few nasturtiums have been planted. I dug out 3 rows, maybe about a foot deep, so I could put them to the top of the plant and get them all tucked in. So next I will add rope or trellis netting, probably trellis netting down from the center pole, and rope on the sides to twist them up instead of using stakes. And this will help to, keep the rain off them, give them a little more warmth. I have deer netting on each side of this. Again, we can have deer problems. I haven't seen them too much, but it only takes them once walking through somewhere and to ruin your goodies. That can be very disappointing. And I've started everything from seed this year, mostly. There are a few plants that I have purchased, marigolds and a couple lettuce plants. So, yes. This is a little propagation bed area for things that I'm working on. These are cuttings from the corkscrew willow tree. They rooted, and I have them in here until I plant them out somewhere else. Sage, hops, the other line of raspberries, which are just starting to open up. The bumblebees love these. Love them. See, there's one right there. Raspberry, not the bumblebee. Well, happy spring, everybody. Thanks for having a look around the Jade Street garden.